AskReddit, what is the best movie quote you have ever heard? Subscribe or I'll end humanity. Doc Holliday, because Wyatt Earp is my friend. Posse member, hell I have lots of friends. Doc Holliday, I don't. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. You know, one time we had a hill bombed for 12 hours. When it was all over, I walked up. We didn't find one of them. Not one stinkin' dink body. The smell. You know that gasoline smell. The whole hill smelled like victory. Someday this war's gonna end. LT. Call. Bill Kilgore. Robert Duvall. Apocalypse Now. In response to, well sir, you are a cowardly son of a bitch. You just shot an unarmed man. Greater than, well, he should have armed himself if he's gonna decorate his saloon with my friend. I'd ask you about love. You'd probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her. Be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer. And you wouldn't know about sleeping sitting up in the hospital room for 2 months. Holding her hand, because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, 'cause it only occurs when you've loved something more than you love yourself. Quote from the movie Good Will Hunting. Remember, red hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Andy Dufresne, The Shawshank Redemption. No time for love, Dr. Jones. Stop breaking the law, asshole. Quote. I'm tired, boss. Tired of being on the road. Lonely as a sparrow in the rain. I'm tired of never having me a buddy to be with to tell me where we's going to. Coming from, or why. Mostly, I'm tired of people being ugly to each other. I'm tired of all the pain I feel and hear in the world, every day. There's too much of it. It's like pieces of glass in my head, all the time. Can you understand? Quote. Single quote. Robert Shaw as Quint in Jaws gave the greatest monologue of all time. Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side. Chief. It was coming back from the island of Tinian to Leyte. Just delivered the bomb. The Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half an hour. Tiger. 13-footer. You know that when you're in the water. Chief, you tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. Well, we didn't know. Back quote, 'cause our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. The sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kinda like back quote OL squares in battle like a you see on a calendar. Like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was, the shark nearest man, and then he'd start pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you. Right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark. He's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes. Like a doll's eye. When he comes at ya, doesn't seem to be living. Until he bites ya and those black eyes roll over white. And then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming and the ocean turns red in spite of all the pounding and the hollering. They all come in and rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks. Maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men. They averaged 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine. Herbie Robinson from Cleveland. Baseball player. Bosom's mate. I thought he was asleep. Reached over to wake him up. Bobbed up and down in the water. Just like a kinda top. Upended. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist noon the 5th day. Mr. Hooper, A Lockheed Ventura saw us. He swung in low and he saw us. He'd a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper. Anyway, he saw us and come in low. And 3 hours later a big fat PBY comes down and start to pick us up. You know, that was the time I was most frightened. Waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went in the water. 316 men come out. The sharks took the rest. June the 29, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.